For much of his long career, Tony Randall was known to audiences as the picture of sophistication in American comedy, best remembered for his sharp intelligence, polished manners, and iconic role in The Odd Couple, where he played Felix Unger with such precision that it became one of television's most enduring performances. But behind that refined public image was a private life that remained largely out of view for decades, creating the impression of a double life not because of scandal, but because of the strong separation between the man audiences saw on screen and the deeply personal world he kept protected from public attention. In public, Randall appeared confident, articulate, and almost perfectly composed, the kind of performer who seemed to embody control and elegance at all times. Yet in private, he was far more complex, often described by colleagues as introspective, deeply focused on his craft, and highly protective of his emotional boundaries. Like many actors of his generation, he lived under the constant pressure of maintaining a public persona that matched audience expectations, even when his real life was far more ordinary and less theatrical than the characters he portrayed. Much of the fascination around his double life comes from how carefully he managed his privacy, rarely exposing personal matters in interviews and keeping his romantic and family life largely separate from his career. That level of discretion naturally fueled curiosity, especially in Hollywood, where personal details often become part of a celebrity's public identity whether they want them to or not. In his later years, Randall surprised many people when he married Heather Harlan, a woman significantly younger than him, a relationship that attracted media attention and renewed public interest in his private world. While some viewed the marriage as unconventional, those close to him often describe it as rooted in companionship, emotional comfort, and his desire for family life later in his career. He became a father in his 70s, a deeply personal chapter that revealed a more grounded and emotionally open side of his life that had rarely been visible during his earlier fame. At the same time, he continued to maintain a strong boundary between his professional identity and personal life, rarely allowing the public to see the full extent of his private experiences. Even as his health declined, he remained largely private about his struggles, reinforcing the sense that he had always preferred to face personal matters away from public scrutiny. The idea of a double life in Tony Randall's case is best understood as the difference between his highly visible career as a beloved actor and the quieter, more private existence he carefully maintained outside of Hollywood's spotlight. After his passing, many reflected on how little was truly known about his inner life despite decades in the public eye, realizing that his elegance and humor on screen represented only one part of a much more layered and private individual. Ultimately, Tony Randall is remembered not only for his exceptional talent and contributions to television and film, but also for the reminder that even the most familiar entertainers often live complex, private lives that the public rarely fully sees.